Well, our first guests are joining us in studio, two lovely ladies with a company called Kimberly Parry Organics Corporation. The KPOC is their stock symbol. Joined by Gretchen Olt. You are the Vice President of Global Sales. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us.
And the namesake of the company, Kimberly Parry.
Hello, Don.
You are the CEO. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
The first question I have to ask you
Yes.
is how cool is it to have a public company named after you?
It's cool. It's been exciting. I'm having a blast. I love it.
Well, of course, we talked to your company quite a while ago. It's been
Yes.
some time. We're reinitiating coverage. Tell us what it's all about. This is an exciting story.
It is. So really, it all began with the need for my eldest daughter, who's now in college, if you can believe that, and sensitive skin, and I needed a solution for her. And I started researching because nothing was working, and even the doctor said, try this. It's organic and natural. So I'd put it on her, and it made things worse. So I started researching, and once you get past all of those long ingredient names, found out that 80% of the formulary was petroleum-based. Well, petroleum comes out of the earth, so it's natural.
Right.
So then I got a little incensed about how consumers are being misled. And I said, how difficult can this be? I'll make it for my own family. And that's how this journey began. And then someday, my friends would give it as gifts because I was doing my other things. And then somebody said, can I buy some?
Ooh.
And I went, you want to buy a product that I make? That's an interesting concept. And that's when the fire got lit.
Well, now, Gretchen, you've got I'll just call it an extremely wonderful pedigree in this industry. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. I sat in the buyer chair for 15 years. So I knew from not only the business perspective, what margin, what GMROI we were looking for, but also what products we're going to sell. How were they retail ready? And we saw everything from the freshest, smallest beginning companies to the big dogs and coming with their full presentation.
Now, as I mentioned, at the beginning, and I don't want to embarrass you, but I was extraordinarily impressed by your resume. There's probably a wealth of companies that would love to have you on their staff. What was it about Kimberly Parry Organics that attracted you?
Sure. In the end, it's the product. The product is phenomenal. So we can have the best marketing campaign and the best packaging, and you can, gift wrap with a bow, something for the consumer. But in order for a company to grow and be successful and to make their mark, not only in one segment, the North American market, but globally, the product inside has to work. And the product inside has to do what it says, and it has to be the solution that the consumer is looking for. And the bow to that, it has to be trend right. It has to be really what's happening in the business. And Kimberly's products met all of that. It's trend right. It's what the consumer worldwide is looking for right now as a solution to natural and organic skincare. It takes 26 seconds for something that you put on your skin to reach your bloodstream. And so it's really, really important that anything that touches our body, we know what's going in and not just sitting on the surface. And her products are amazing. And we can be very confident in what we're using in our products from Kimberly Parry.
Well, you really do sound like you have the experience in a buyer. You sounded like a buyer right there. Now, you mentioned trending right. So I would have to assume in this day and age, the organic side of things is really, really important.
Certainly, people are using it to coin marketing phrases left and right. Organic is something that it's emotional, it's impulsive, makes the consumer feel very good about their purchase. We as consumers are more savvy than ever. We have more information at our fingertips. They're taking that extra step and they're reading the ingredient labels. They're wanting to know that it's not just 3% organic, that it's all organic, and that it is the right product for ourselves and our family that we're purchasing for ourselves.
Now, Kimberly, you mentioned this all got started when a couple of friends of yours called and said, gee, can we buy some of this product that you're making? These calls are coming from some much bigger places now.
Yes, they are. It's rather exciting. But we are seeing great growth and just pull through. We're getting calls from all over the world interested in our product and distributing into different channels, which is very exciting. We have over 125 that are, retail ready at the moment, whether it's professional care for the spa world or retail care for retail shelves. And I have over 225 formularies, and those are all developed in-house. Those are primarily all my formulas that I've played with and enjoyed producing over the past decade.
Now, we had a conversation while we were in the green room, which I was fascinated by. You're talking about inroads into Japan, inroads into China. Can you give us a little bit of that?
I can give you a little bit. I'm going to let the expert here and
Okay, good.
take it from.
Certainly. So again, one of the things that when we looked at this, when I met Kimberly a little over a year ago, is what was our path to retail? Making sure that our packaging and the product was correct. Doing that, we started reaching not only the North American tentacles, but globally. We've had such an exciting response from Japan, really all the APAC communities, Thailand, China. Very, very excited for the Australian and the South American market. And our master European distributor has just come full and exceeded expectations with the product. So what we're seeing is now that we have the full package and developed not only our current retail readiness, but as you mentioned, those 250 formulas that are sitting there, our product launch calendar is quite intact for the future. And the companies are excited to put it on the retail shelves and grow the brand.
Well, Kimberly, what I need to do at this point now is we need to take off your hat that says product development
Okay.
and put on the other hat that says CEO.
All right.
Need to ask you a little bit about the company. Can you tell us a little bit about the financial status of the company?
Of course. I'd like to start by pointing out that this all began as my dream and my family rallied. And so, I feel very comfortable 80 to 90% of the debt that sits on our books is family money. So we're going to be, to alleviate that, we're going to be getting rid of that debt, and as an extra, plus we are going to be retiring 15 million shares back into the Treasury. So between those two points to our financials, I believe our investors will be very happy with where we're sitting, and clearly I'm very excited about where we're going.
Well, it's been such an interesting ride, so to speak, that we've been watching really for the last couple of years. We started covering your company really in its infancy,
Yes.
and it really seems like you're on the rocket pad poised for extraordinary meteoric growth. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to be looking forward to more updates over the next several weeks. It's been great having you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank
Yeah.
you.